Hi, I'm John and this is DempseyJ Illustrations, and on today's video I'm going to be turning X-Men into Kaiju. Now I've venomised them before, but I thought it'd be really fun, especially with the recent release of Pacific Rim The Black, to take a couple X-Men characters and turn them into Kaiju monsters. If you like this idea, smash the like button. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other series you want to see as Kaiju monsters, and we'll start bringing these illustrations to life. The Kaijurine is a Category 6 Kaiju. Although not the tallest Kaiju, or one of the strongest, it has a few abilities that make it more terrifying than the vast majority of Kaijus out there. First up, it's got an unimaginably strong bone and blade and skeletal structure. And these are almost indestructible. Although the flesh is relatively easy to damage, cut, blow away with weapons, the second ability this creature has is even more terrifying, perhaps. It has the ability to heal at a very alarmingly fast rate. Even when both its kaiju brains or vital organs are destroyed, it just seems to regenerate and keep going. Now, very few things in the world can actually withstand being sliced by one of these blades, and the bones and blades of these Kaijurines have only been damaged and known to be damaged or slightly marked and dented by another one of its kind, another Kaijurine attacking each other, as they're very territorial. Now, it's not very obvious how these creatures have kind of like been found dead in places, and they have been found dead. It's hard to know what's killed them because they seem to regenerate or heal from almost anything that hits them, and they seem to develop an immunity against anything used against them. So if it's anything sort of like chemical or biological in a way, they seem to become immune to it after they've healed. Though there have been reports of a few of these Kaijurines with a strange mark on their chest. It's kind of like a circle with a massive X through it. Many people believe that this is from the Clopszilla Kaiju, which is a massive kaiju on a scale you couldn't even imagine. But since the Kaijurine seems to heal from anything, people are confused of why this mark, this wound on their chests, doesn't heal. Not much else is known about the Kaijurines, except for one thing, is that these creatures are very foul-tempered and they are extremely territorial. If you encounter one in the wild, it's highly recommended that you don't go near it and that you keep your distance and just pray you don't enter one of its territories so you don't get spotted. Now for this, I wanted to join Wolverine into sort of like a kaiju character and take his sort of like bone claws, but like the adamantium element of it, and have them as more claws coming out the back of the hand, back 5, and have some claws coming out the arms, similar to what a Guyver has in a sense, sort of like arm blades, which I thought was quite cool. And I wanted to have the design represent his X-Men uniform. So I tried to keep features like the 2 black bits and the mask type of the face, and have sort of like the yellow and the blue in the appropriate places, and just have that become a bit more beast-like and kaiju-like. Anyway, I hope you enjoy how the Kaijurine turns out. Next up, we have Clopszilla. I need to think of a better name for these kaiju, so if you've got any better names, let me know. But at the moment, Clopszilla is what I'm going with. It has quite a nice ring to it. This kaiju is one of the biggest and perhaps the most powerful in terms of destructive force. It seems to be more powerful during the day than at night. And this has led people to believe that the giant rock crystal formations across its back and spine absorb sunlight and convert it into these massive blasts that get shot from the circle and X shape on its face. It appears that the strange marking, when it's not being used as a blast, also acts as a form of eye for this creature. A single blast from this gigantic beast has been known to reshape an entire landscape in a matter of seconds, leaving scorched craters far beyond any explosive force known to man could cause. Although these creatures roam from place to place, and when sleeping, they're pretty much indistinguishable from normal mountains and rocky terrains, other kaiju seem to avoid the Clopszilla, mainly due to its size, and there's not many of that size that could take it on. All except for one kaiju, the Kaijurine. Even though its size pales in comparison, and it's completely tiny and minuscule in comparison, it's the only kaiju of its sort of like size and type that seems to challenge Clopszilla with no hesitation. I don't know if this is because it's a healing ability, as we found out earlier, but you know, they're very territorial, so it stands to reason they'll attack larger kaijus where needed. Now, the Clopszilla is a Category 8 kaiju, and I've made a Category 8 for it because its destructive power and size is just immense. It's basically like Godzilla from the Netflix series. It is massive. It is about the size of a mountain or so. You do not want to mess with this. Other kaijus don't really hit the same size. And the design from this is based on Cyclops and Godzilla. So that's how I got the name Clopszilla. And I thought it'd be a great combination to have both of them, not only because they're both, in essence, a leader character of their groups or species, but they've got the best compatibility of powers. Godzilla's sort of like energy blast from the crystals on its back and its mouth, and Cyclops is sort of like eye blast, solar beam blast. Seem to have a good combination together, and I've adapted the crystals to work kind of like giant solar panel heat absorbers that will convert it into energy for the optic blast. But let me know how you think Clopszilla turned out. Last up, we have the Colossal Metatoise. Now, this giant kaiju is often found around coastal areas, and it looks similar to a giant metal turtle. It's red and yellow and silver in colour. And the beast, even though it's only classed as a Category 4 kaiju, in terms of its offensive strength, its defensive strength is second to none. This kaiju has a metallic skin that's practically indestructible, and its shell acts as a shield with spikes that can extend and contract at will. The strength of this kaiju is also extremely high, but it doesn't seem to be bothered with anything other than defending the breach it came out with. There's usually 2 or 3 of these kaiju roaming around the circumference of a breach, basically stopping anyone from trying to get into the breach. They are able to endure consistent bombardment, and even a blast from the Clopszilla or the blades from the Kaijurine can't break this creature's defense and have little effect on it. Now, this kaiju was based on Colossal and his famous metallic armored skin, and I thought that the turtle seemed like a perfect fit for the combination with the shell and its sort of like defensive capabilities, because in fact his skin is an armor. And I did enjoy adding the colors over the top of the Colossal X-Men outfit for the pattern of the skin, and I felt by the time it was finished it had a bit of a feel for Ultraman around the face and the eyes, combined with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle feel, which I thought came out really cool. I don't really have much else to say on this. I think it speaks for itself. I wanted to do sort of like a stood in the ocean and give the scale and the background of sort of like a coastal area. And with all of the illustrations, I've tried to show the scale of the characters in terms of their kaijus and roughly the sizes of them. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed how the Colossal Metatoise turned out. There you have it, turning X-Men into kaiju monsters. I hope you enjoyed the process of bringing these illustrations to life. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with videos as they come out. Let me know who your favourite X-Men is. Remember, stay safe everybody, and I'll catch you next time.